Haitians have been saying for 8 years now that the reason that they took down President Aristide, the reason the United States is in Haiti at the level it's in Haiti, with Cheryl Mills coming in every time the parliament doesn't do something she wants or the Clintons want or Obama want, they threaten all of the parliaments with, withdrawal of their visas.
Yeah.
The reason they're all there is not because they want to give us jobs. It's not because they want to, give Haitian human rights that they didn't have under their own folks, under the Aristide or even Privat or even, Mr. Mateli. The reason they're there and the reason they're doing this Caracol stuff, okay? I want Haitians to really hear this. It's because of our oil and our gold and minerals. It is all in that area. It's only 9 miles away from Caracol, and nobody mentions it. But $20 billion worth of gold is in the land. They have now a figure for it. They knew it was there, but now they have a figure for it. And if they're telling you $20 billion, we can go ahead and double that amount. They do tell you that it's the most gold in the Americas.
Wow. And I know you...
In the Americas, okay? So why do we need any of these people or any of their $5 jobs when we have this valuable land, when we have oil in that area that our geologists have said, Haitian oil, now the largest cache, the oil and stuff for Venezuela is like, this is why Venezuela has its independence, right? So there's oil in Venezuela. Haitian geologist says that the oil in Venezuela is a cup of water compared to the Olympic pool of the Haitian oil. That's why they're there. They know there's no job in the international market, but they're going to do the switch and bait like they always do. Switch and bait, for example, is go to decent Americans, decent Canadians, tell them, listen, the Haitians need help because, look, they had this apocalyptic earthquake. Collect the money and then use it to buy the Koreans a factory for the capitalists. That's switch and bait. Go to the people, tell Red Cross, and then all of a sudden we have 400,000 Haitians. It really is 800, but I'll keep their numbers. Our numbers is 800,000 Haitians still homeless and for the earthquake down in the capital. They're saying their numbers is 400, but they just reshuffled everybody and evicted a lot of people to just make as if there was some progress. But you have all these people homeless from the earthquake, all these people dying of cholera, but instead of giving clean water, they're giving short-term vaccines, they're giving earthquake, what do you call it? They're building hotels for foreigners to come, and they're saying that's Haitian development. So we want folks to understand that's just a switch and bait. And if you go to our website, because I can't really tell you all the details, but we went into detail of all of this, going back to 1971, when Papa Doc Duvalier first died and Baby Doc came into power. That's when the sweatshops began in Haiti, and the legacy it left us was the slum of Cité Soleil. And the legacy it left us was the thousands and thousands of Haitians who took up to the water because they couldn't make a living in Haiti.
Yes.
Okay, that's what that legacy is about. And if anybody wants to repeat history, they will close their eyes and let these people, hoodwink them. If you want to create a different future in Haiti, you'll remember the stuff I was talking about in the beginning of this interview. You will go to our website at ezilidanto.com /Zili, Z-I-L-I. It's EZILIDANTO.com /Zili. And you will look at a piece that we wrote that's called Foreign Investment in Haiti Means Death and Repression. Read that. Every Haitian, every Canadian, everybody in this whole world who wants to know really what this system, this vulture capitalist system is about. Haiti is the prime model and example of it. Read how infrastructure is built, not for Haitians. So when they tell you they're going to build this WAF and roads and this and that and hotels. They're doing it for their own businessmen, for their own capitalists. It has happened to us before, back in the 70s. And then when they left, everything took to ruin because it wasn't roads that the farmers could use to go deliver their farm goods to market. It was roads that went out to the ocean so that they could export their stuff.
Yes, yeah. Like
So when they say they're building infrastructure, we show you. We show you in our, I wrote the piece, did the research. We show you how, for instance, back in the day, in the 80s, they used food, something called Food for Work, where Catholic Relief Services and UNICEF, working for USAID, would give food to the people, not money, so that they can work and build roads. And the WAF of Port-au-Prince was built by Haitian labor. The WAF, all of those things we built, and that's what they're going to do again. And then you're servicing them. You're providing infrastructure for their capital outlet, and they take all capital out. I want to show people that Newmont Mining and we give the experience. I mean, it's a Denver, Colorado company. It hasn't even paid taxes in Denver, much less going to pay the tax profit to Haitians. And they've negotiated the lowest rate of royalty on that gold, 2.5. It's the lowest in the Western Hemisphere. That's fine, if they actually paid it. But these folks are so used to not paying Haitians anything. They really feel entitled to everything we are and all that we have. And I'm going to leave you with the last piece of example of the Korean presence in Haiti, just to give you an example of something probably no other Haitian will tell you.
Yes.
Since 1965, the sort of banker for the UN has been, the development bank at the UN, and they're the ones where they put the money in and so forth. But when, right now, the UN has lost all credibility. We've said it. We're not the only one saying it. Washington really calls the shots for the UN. And as Susan Rice said openly, Susan Rice is a UN ambassador. Yeah. The UN doesn't even issue a press release without passing it by Washington first. Now, that's in writing. You can Google that. She said that. So we know that Washington calls the shots. We know that Washington is the one in control of the UN mission. And we know that they have states that are their clientele, that do what they want them to do. And South Korea is one of those states. The Americans have had their imperial war over there with North Korea for decades. My goodness. But South Korea is their client state. Right now, I'm just going to leave you with this. We have a South Korean company, even though it has all of these criminal allegations with regards to how it treats its neighbors. Bill Clinton, who is the UN Deputy Envoy, and Hillary Clinton, who is the Secretary of State, they negotiate for this South Korean company because they can't find anyone else to come to Haiti so they can have the cover, because that is just a cover. This is window dressing for the infrastructure they want to build for their mining company and their oil companies. That's all it is, because for 8 years I've written that they wanted Fort Liberté for a transshipment center. That's what they wanted for an oil transshipment center. And now they have it, and they're covering it up with this Caracol window dressing. So they got this company to come and help them with the window dressing. It's a South Korean company. They pretty much own the South Koreans. We know the UN is run by who? Ban Ki-moon, another South Korean. And we know that the first time in UN history, the money that's been collected for Haitians, for the donor country monies, not the private charity monies of the Red Cross, but the donor country monies. They said they were going to collect $10 billion in X amount of years, 10 years, something like that. They were supposed to collect $5.6 billion on behalf of Haitians. That money is being presided over by Mr. President, former President Bill Clinton, But instead of going to the UNDP, instead of going to the Development Bank of the UN, for the first time they've taken the World Bank, who the U.S. has dominated since the World War II, and the IMF, its counterpart, is dominated by the Europeans. So it's like this is how they work their international conspiracies, their international fascism. And so the World Bank is now the banker at the UN, presided over by, at least the monies for Haiti is presided over by Clinton. Okay. And of course, the window dressing is that the Prime Minister of Haiti is executor of that money. But we know that those are just staff members of Clinton in effect. But what we have to understand is now the World Bank, Paul Farmer's partner, has become Paul Farmer's partner, who's also South Korean born, Dr. Jim Kim, is now the head of the World Bank. So, it's all this cronyism to do what they want to do with Haiti.
Yes.
So the World Bank is going to give Paul Farmer whatever money he needs for vaccines or whatever it is, okay? Because it's his partner there, Bill Clinton. They're going to do whatever is necessary for the corporatocracy, for the Newmonts, for the Marions, for the VCS mining, for the oil companies who they keep strategically denying that Haiti has this oil, just like they strategically deny we had this gold until they already had all of their ducks in a place, and now they're ready to tell you this is what you have, because now they got the president that they want. They've disenfranchised the people and done this low-intensity warfare that the Haitians are so tired that they're just like, hell with it, But we are coming to the point of almost genocide if we don't watch what Newmont mining is going to do to Haiti, because the open pit mining, the cyanide, the toxins are going to destroy our water and our health and our crops more than UN cholera. So in essence, Haitians really must look at that.
Yes. You know what? I'm so happy because you answered at least 3 of the questions I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you about the oil, but you covered that. I was going to ask you about the gold, and didn't even have to ask you. You covered that because I know you've been talking about.
So we're done. So all people have to do is help us bring another vision of Haiti together, right?
Yes, exactly.
Do you have another question, Hunt? Do you have something else that I didn't cover that you would like me to do before we get off?
Yeah, okay. I'll ask you one little bit of question. I know you answered a whole lot of question right there, and I have to thank you for that. Last little question I would ask you is how do you see the popular movement right now in Haiti? Because I know there's this whole gold rush thing. I mean, like you were saying for years that there's been all kinds of foreign companies that come to Haiti and try to get some gold. And I remember even when you came to Canada, there was a conference and there was a guy from the NGO denying it. And now I hope I can find it on tape.
They all said we were crazy.
Yeah, I remember him. I don't know if you remember.
We didn't know what we were talking about. I don't know if you remember at that conference we had. I won't even mention her name, when we said that there were 10,000 NGOs in Haiti. And at the time, we were underestimated, because today everybody admits it's 37 to 42,000.
Yeah.
People were like, "Oh no, she doesn't know what she's talking about."
Yeah.
And it's the same way. It's we do meticulous research.
Yes,
they don't.
Yes.
They the folks that are detractors cannot prove. They just have the counter-colonial narrative. They've told Haitians, you're nothing, you have nothing. And so Haitians believe them.
Yes. Especially
or they
the
say to the
here.
Haitians, we're going to provide you with things. And I don't get why Haitians don't understand history or don't understand what's in front of them. But I think what it is that the world is so grim that people know it's going to be too hard to fight the powers that be. And so they prefer just, even though they don't believe the powers that be, they prefer to just go along, waiting for people like you and me to turn the wind, and then they'll perhaps. But by the time the wind changes, there might be no one left in Haiti, because as far as they're concerned, they can just go ahead and I don't know. I really don't understand the evilness because we're